Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, we still have an air stagnation advisory for Southern Oregon and Northern California through 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. So for the next 3 days, we're going to have, well, some smoke in the air, a little bit of some air pollution in the air as well. So if you're clearing your throat a little bit, or you have maybe a runny nose, that could be partially why, because just the particulates in the air. We're not really going to get out of this until we get a decent system to finally blow a lot of this stuff out of the moisture out of the air. But this area of cloud mass offshore is actually going to move into California, and it won't really do a whole lot in terms of our air stagnation, but it may help just a little bit. We'll have something else that'll actually help a lot more. But you can see we will have a chance of showers along the Southern Oregon coast once we get late in the day, Tuesday and into early Wednesday. It's not going to be a big washout or anything like that. It's just going to be a few showers from that particular system. Other than that, we're still looking pretty high and dry for a lot of the region. Now, our precipitation forecast is a 5-day forecast, so you can see a lot of yellow along the Oregon coast, which is good news because that's where we usually want to see the heavier rains. But for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's looking pretty dry. In fact, once we get towards Thursday and Friday, that's when we're going to start really seeing the rain in Western Oregon, eventually pushing east into the Cascades. Now, we have high pressure that's been dominating our weather pattern for, probably the last 6 or 7 days, giving us hardly any rain at all. So that particular system we were just looking at is actually going to drift off down to the south and kind of take a couple degrees off of our high temperatures for the next couple of days. So all that's going to do is just give a few more clouds to the region, block out the sun just a little bit. Then things get really interesting once we get towards Wednesday night and into Thursday. We'll be looking at snow levels getting about 2,500 to 4,000 feet, kind of fluctuating in that range from Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. So what we could be looking at is 1 to 2 feet of snow possible over by Crater Lake and anywhere between 6 to 12 inches for the rest of the Cascades. So these numbers are kind of preliminary at this time. We'll have to see exactly what pans out in the days to come. But it kind of gives you an idea of what to plan for in the days ahead. And then once we get towards the end of next weekend or into early next week, we could be looking at an atmospheric river event. So a lot of rain, higher mountain snow levels, so something we'll have to also be paying attention to. So things are finally going to start to get really active in the region. So the rain starts to fire up once we get towards Thursday afternoon, and then eventually spreads east the Cascades, and we're looking at some pretty decent rainfall amounts throughout the area. Current temperatures, it's in the teens east the Cascades, 20 though, in Lakeview, 20 to 25 into Siskiyou County, 32 right now in Medford, low 40s and upper 30s along the Oregon coast. You should make it to 37 in Brookings tonight though, 12 in Lakeview, 27 in Medford, and 22 degrees for Grants Pass. Tomorrow, temperature is pretty much into the 40s and 50s with the exception of 60 along the Oregon coast, 49 for Klamath Falls. So here's your forecast for the next 7 days along the Oregon coast. We're going to be looking at some pretty nice weather for the next couple of days, although we could see a few showers once we get to the day on late Tuesday and into early Wednesday, but then the rain really ramps up Thursday and beyond. For Northern California, right around 50 degrees, so nice dry weather for the next couple of days, and then we'll see a little bit of some more rain once we get to Wednesday and Thursday, but a lot more rain and snow once we get towards Friday and beyond. Klamath Basin, very cold overnight lows into the teens and 20s, but the moisture doesn't really start to show up until we get towards Thursday, and then we'll be looking at generally rain in the afternoon, snow during the overnight hours. But we'll have more information on this in the days to come. For the Cascades, we'll be into the 40s through Wednesday, 30s. It starts to get pretty chilly up there with plenty of snow throughout the next several days. And here in the Rogue Valley, temperatures, overnight lows getting a little bit warmer, but still chilly for the next 7 days. We go from 50s through Wednesday to 40s with rain starting to fire up on Thursday.